Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time we'll take a look at the 1999 Honda S2000 GT1. What a strange vehicle this is. This is our final S2000 and easily the craziest of them. This is a Gran Turismo original creation, a lot like the LM editions, which make you wonder why this wasn't an LM edition. Of course, in later Gran Turismos there would be an S2000 LM edition, and even Amuse, the tuning company, would actually basically build a homage to this car, the Amuse S2000 GT1, which is interesting. Admittedly, that car doesn't look quite as crazy as this one does, with its louvered rear window and its huge roof scoop. It is an exquisite looking thing. It does really make you wonder why Honda never really used the S2000 as a race car more. I mean, I suppose they had the NSX right there, and that is sort of the marquee if you want, but, you know, I could see like an S2000 in GT300 or something. Bit of a shame it never happened. Or at least I don't think it did. Front engined rear-wheel drive, 586 horsepower, 960 kilos. This doesn't have a lot of torque, and front engined rear drive, not a lot of torque. I don't really know how this is going to get along, and something tells me this isn't going to be quite on the pace of the LM editions, but we'll see. Anyways, to find out how quick the Honda S2000 GT1 is, it is going to have 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak version. That car set a time of 25.696. The S2000 GT1 is unlikely to beat that. In terms of where this is going to go, again, I really have no idea. I sort of earmarked a couple of like random race cars. The Esprit GT1 is the slowest car with GT1 in its name. That's set at 29.1. There was also the NSX LM GT2. That's at a time of like a 29.2. But yeah. Other than that, I'm not really sure. I can't say I've ever really thought of this thing as being at the top tier of race cars, and judging by, don't get me wrong, that wasn't a fantastic lap, but that also isn't massively quick. I suppose if it's on that pace, I mean, it's nowhere near as bad to drive as the Tommy Kyra ZZ2 was, and it doesn't feel sort of as slow as that does, so I think we are going to beat the other sort of oddity Gran Turismo original race car in this game. But I'm not really sure what much more we've got after that. 29.592. So it is indeed quicker than the Tommy Kyra ZZ2. That's at a time like a 29.9, I think. In terms of driving, it's alright. I'm not sure what the tyre whips are on the back of this. I would hazard a guess from driving this stuff, they're probably not too different from the S2000 road car. It doesn't feel all that grippy at the rear end. It actually feels a little bit like the RX-7s in that sense, but maybe not quite as grippy or indeed as much sort of turbo power out of the corners, because, don't get me wrong, I know rotaries don't produce a whole lot of power, that's why they have turbochargers. Whereas this has a very high revving engine, but again, there's no real torque to push this one down with. 29.112, okay. I think that might actually just narrowly beat the Esprit, and apparently that was all I had left in me. Yeah, like I say, it's not a bad driving car per se. It's not really. For me, it's not on the speed of the LM editions. The LM editions, this doesn't really feel all that much like a race car, in all honesty. It feels, again, much like an RX-7, which is a highly tuned road car. That's sort of the overall feel I get out of this vehicle, as opposed to anything sort of quicker than that. But, yeah, it did pretty good. Considering sort of how it drives, I'd say that's pretty good. I think that final sector I could have been maybe a little bit quicker in. We'll see when the time breakdowns happen, but yeah, it felt alright. It felt pretty good. I felt that was a pretty strong lap out of the car. You can definitely extract performance from it. I think there could be a little bit more in there. Maybe like an extra 0.1. I don't think this would get into the 28 seconds. I don't think it'd be challenging the likes of the Elise GT1, the Chaser LM edition. Interestingly enough, that Chaser LM edition actually sort of very similar to this. Didn't really feel all that race car-y. But, yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good. Not bad. A 29.112 will place this into 114th place. Goes in between the Subaru Impreza WRX STI Wagon version 3 and the Nissan Skyline GTR V-Spec. It is quicker than a Lancia Delta HF Integrale rally car, the Roof BR2, WRX sedan, Shelby Series 1, which was a very quick car actually. It is also quicker than the aforementioned Lotus Esprit GT1, NSX R LM GT2, and it absolutely puts the Tommy Kyra ZZ2 to shame. Yeah, good time, good car. I actually, to be honest with you, as much as it's not quite as quick as the likes of the Chaser LM edition, the Silvia LM edition, and the sort of original RX-7 LM edition, I would actually probably rather drive this than all three of them, to be honest, but it just doesn't feel very racy. I think if this was a true full-blooded LM edition and afforded all the sort of grip advantages and torque advantages that would give it, I think this would be sort of a 28.7, 28.6 car easily, but yeah, that's you can only deal with what you're given, and this is what I was given, and to be fair, they did pretty well. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.